Hey, I'm Boki and this is Bopain with a tutorial. Today I will teach you how to preserve old magazines. So here's what you're gonna need. A computer, a scanner, and obviously the magazines. But before we get into scanning, it's important to know the two most common types of spines for magazines, which are stapled spines and glued spines. Stapled spined magazines are very easy to scan with barely any risk involved of damaging the magazine, whilst on the other hand, glued spine magazines have a constant risk of despining due to the old glue giving up. The older the magazine is, the more fragile it gets. Keep in mind that as of the making of this video, the year 2000 was 25 years ago and glue doesn't stick forever. Alright, so, while using a scanner is pretty self-explanatory, I will still bother explaining every single step, from setting up the scanner all the way to stitching together two pages in editing software. The scanner that I'm using is Canon's CanoScan Lide 300, but you can use just about any flatbed scanner. I bought mine new in box like 7 years ago for around 65 euros. After you've bought the scanner and hooked it up to your computer, make sure you have the required software installed to use it. After installing it, open the settings menu. Feel free to copy my settings. If you don't understand what any of the settings mean, don't worry about it. The only two settings that will matter to you are the ones for the DPI, which changes the quality and speed of your scans, and also the color type setting. For me, the default was set to black and white for some reason. I scan my magazines at 400 DPI, making each scan take about 20 seconds. Now that you're done setting up your scanner, it's time to physically set everything up. I like to have some magazines stacked up next to the scanner to level the overall scanning surface. It's time to start scanning. I will skip over the single page scan and jump right into spreads. My scanner's frame is a little off, making every scan slightly crooked. To overcome this, I align the magazine with the bottom edge and try to keep it in its place as I slowly apply pressure onto the lid. Depending on the magazine's thickness, you will need to apply more pressure onto the lid to make sure that the inner spine isn't moving whilst your document is being scanned. There are two ways that I know of how some of my friends scan their magazines. One's like to apply pressure onto the lid with their hands only, while the other likes to put a heavy object, like an old PlayStation 3, on top of their scanner. Just be careful to not apply too much pressure onto the lid, in case you break the scanner's glass, or maybe even the device's mechanism. Now that you have scanned some pages, it's time for the post-processing work. You can stitch the pages together individually using any photo editing program that has layers. I personally like to use Paint.net for stitching. The way I start is having the bottom layer be the left magazine page. If it's crooked, select the pixels and align them to the top or left edge. Alternatively, you can draw in some reference lines. Up next, you add a new layer and paste in the right page. Align the page with the spine or a graphic element from the left page. Once you're done, you can use the fade tool to make the scan appear seamless. Make sure to not use the fade tool over text, because it can easily damage the article's readability. And there you go, congratulations! You've now learned the ability to archive magazines. Now it's your time to contribute to the efforts. Also, if you are curious about the two Honda tuning magazines that I've been scanning in the video, I've uploaded them to my Patreon for free.